After my conversation with Dr. Baer, we met Juergen Sussner, one of the architects of Datev's cloud transformation. He shared with us how he and his team worked to create this change.
My name is Juergen Sussner. I work for Datev for about 15 years now. I've been a developer developing Java enterprise software for about 5 years. I'm technically responsible for Datev's cloud platform, which is based on Cloud Foundry. My role has evolved a bit over the years to a more holistic view, also including management and people standpoint, because I realized it's not only about the technology, it's also about the people that work with the technology. My role is about getting out of developers' way, I want to say. I want to get and empower the developers of Datev to develop software and to deliver software to the customers at their speed without any obstacles on their way. The transition from the term developer to the term engineer, that's the transition I'm making at the moment, because it's all about asking your customers what they want and to also get the freedom or the space to get creative. I'm not the techie guy anymore. I'm a bit more of the holistic guy, let's put it that way. If you want to do changes in such large scale, it's possibly a problem because you have to handle a lot of fear. It's about handling all these fears, telling them, hey, you are responsible for creating automation, you're responsible for consulting, but you're not responsible for running the actual stuff. And this takes a lot of effort in tackling all this and explaining, and you can't do over-communicating. You have to be as transparent as possible. It also helps about creating large communities of developers working in these ways, sharing best practices, sharing knowledge around. I think we did a journey, and the journey led us here. And every drawbacks we had on the journey, everything we saw created that spot where we are at the moment. So I think every good and bad part is necessary. We created the technology. We had the possibilities of creating software and delivering it to the customer with a single pipeline. This started a fantastic journey. It led us to where we are at the moment, to a fully digital transformation of the whole company. There is no dev and ops anymore. There is one team responsible for the software, and this hasn't been possible before. And maybe just one thing, what I would do differently is we had commitment from the high management. We had the developers on our side, but what we realized maybe too late was that we missed middle management. I think Datev is a company with about 8,500 employees, and you can't change 8,500 employees within a month or within a day. And it needs time. And you have to realize that everyone in this company needs its own time to adopt to the change. But it's like Christian Baer said, you have that stone and you roll up that stone the hill, and the first steps are really, really important. And then you have to reach that point where the stone is on top. It won't move back, but it don't move forward either. And you have to give it a final push to get it rolling. And it gets rolling. We are in that rolling state, but it's still an enormous way of work of getting into that state. It's an ongoing process of changing the way you work. It's about changing perspectives. It's about questioning each and every rule you have, which is on your way up, constantly reflecting, am I doing it correct, or do I have to change parts of the game? My advice would be just start. It's better doing a wrong decision than doing no decision, and reflect if that decision is correct in a short period of time. You have to be open for new things, trying out new things, and you have to be, I would say, brave in trying things out and doing things, even you don't know where it might end. Asking yourself, is it the right way? Does it feel good? When I talk to my developers about learning from others, I often talk about cargo cult, which happened in the early years of the 19th century, where Europeans come to the island and native inhabitants watched them creating towers, and big planes arrived and delivering cargo. And the native to that island said, okay, we saw they are building up towers, we can do that. And if we do so, we are pretty sure that planes will arrive, that big steel birds will arrive and deliver cargo to us as well. What they didn't see was all the radio communication going on between the plane and the tower, and that the plane has to know where this airport actually is. So the cargo cult is a symbol for copying observable behavior and expecting the same result. And that simply doesn't work. You have to have all this learning curve. You can get inspiration from other teams that are more advanced than your team, but you can't copy how they are working and expecting that it works the same in your team as well.